Just watch the video. Yeah, it's the video. But we finna go ahead and get to this video. It's made by Olamasama. Hold on. Y'all can see it right there. Olamasama. I think I'm my bad if I'm saying your name wrong, man. But I can't say that. If you guys want to check him out, there he is right there. Straight into the video, look.
Whose chain is the hardest to snatch? Yugi's, Sinbad, or Broly?
I'll put Broly as the easiest.
Okay. I already see where this is going. I already see where this is going. Now, all three of these people, you use a Dragon Ball Z character. A Dragon Ball Z character. Let's be completely honest with you. Hercule will beat your ass, bro. Let's be completely honest. Hercule was the strongest human. Hercule will beat your ass, bro. And you think you're about to snatch Broly's chain? Try it. Try it. Nigga, I could snatch Yuji chain. Anytime I want. It's like you can box. That's such a good chain, bro. Then bad, I try, I'm dead. Bro, I'm probably get close and nigga, you gonna blow my ass up before I even. Like, come on, bro. What? Like, Hercule will beat your ass. And you think you finna. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I'm gonna chill out with these bosses, man. I'm trying not to. Yeah. But I hope y'all niggas ready to get heated. These must be some rage bait clips.
And the internet is still the internet. And as you can see with the title, it's that time of the year again where I need to talk about some of the terrible anime takes I found while scouring the internet. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at some of the most absurd, brain-numbing takes that have touched the web. And like always, no hate to any of these people, we're just talking about anime.
Whose chain is the hardest to snatch? Yugi's, Sinbad, or Broly?
I'll put Broly as
This is the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Wow, I don't even have words for this. Between the three options, you pick Broly?
The strongest dude there. What type of pride do you have? You chose the strongest nigga on the list.
You smoke crack, don't you?
At a first glance of all these characters, I didn't
This nigga Broly was fucking boxing Goku and Vegeta at the same time and was beating their ass. And you say you go snatch that nigga chain, you would even land a hit on that nigga.
expect either Yugi or Sinbad to get disrespected before Broly. Sinbad not getting disrespected is the most shocking to me because I don't think he's more popular than the other two in the video. So I assumed that people were unaware of how powerful he was. But I guess people know ball to an extent. Of course, come on. To clarify something, we're talking about Z Broly here, not Dragon Ball Super Broly, who had a good side to him. The argument the guy in the video makes is that since Broly was kind of chill with the Z fighters when they pulled up, one might be able to get away with doing something to him.
Nigga, what?
Yeah. I feel like this is just flawed in all types of ways.
It's flawed.
Broly was tweaked out to the extreme. For a majority of his life, he was blowing up galaxies like it was nothing. They showed flashbacks of him as a kid causing destruction just for the love of the game. I don't even want to mention what he did to the Z fighters. I think we all know that story already. Even when Paragus was controlling him, Broly could still just lose control and start acting violently. A counter argument to that would be the fact that Broly was only losing control when he was around Goku. But even if he's still controlled by Paragus, Broly is still a Saiyan. He's a warrior. He's not gonna let you just do something to him and get away with it. It also doesn't help when you mention the fact that Broly is like 7'10" in his base form. I'd really love to see someone try to.
Yeah, how the fuck you gonna be able to reach up there? You literally gotta jump up and snatch that bitch. You literally have to jump up and snatch that bitch.
Take something from someone built like this. Also, thinking about it now, Broly did destroy all those galaxies without needing Goku around. So honestly, saying a take like this already requires a lot of brain cells not caring about self-preservation. However, the take becomes even worse when you look at the other options. Sinbad may be stronger than Broly, but he's at least a bit more approachable than an unstable Saiyan. Granted, you're probably not taking his hypothetical chain either, but at least there's a better chance. But the best part about all of this is that we don't even have to worry about Sinbad for real, because the most obvious choice choice between the three characters is Yugi. It doesn't really matter if it's regular Yugi or Yami Yugi. I'm taking my chances with them. Yami Yugi is the closest thing to a normal human being you're gonna get between these three characters. He's only like 5 feet tall with an average build. He's nothing too menacing. We've seen this man get blitzed and punched by regular people before, and I'm 99% sure that this isn't Yami from Season 0, because if it was, we'd be having a slightly different conversation. As long as I'm not dueling him in a shadow game, I have a way better chance with him than the literal gods amongst men. Next take.
With Google
I'm sorry,
I'm not gonna lie, that's probably the worst take I've ever seen in my life.
Shonen Jump just announced that One Piece, DBZ, and Naruto are their best-selling manga series, so why is Bleach in the conversation?
Do you guys want to know a fun fact? Did you guys know that the event pole vaulting was invented by Greek prisoners who used poles to escape over prison walls? And since their idea was so clever, the Greeks decided to let the prisoners roam free, and the event started to become a mainstay in track and field. Now, do I have any
Crazy. What the fuck? What? I never knew that shit. What the fuck?
idea what I'm talking about? Nope. Kinda like how this guy has no idea what he's saying. Like, I get that this is his own interpretation of what the big three is, but
Sales isn't every. Let me tell you this one more time. Sales isn't everything. What the fuck are we talking about? What are we talking about? So, because Demon Slayer has one of the best selling movies of all time for anime, that's the best anime of all time. No, sales isn't fucking everything, nigga. But what are we talking about, bro? What are we saying? What are we saying, bro?
come on, we get what he's trying to say here. This part doesn't even have to be that long. Anyone who wants to put Dragon Ball in the big three is just not aware of what the term represents. The big three isn't just the 3 shonen franchises with the most sales ever. The big three represents the most popular anime from Shonen Jump in the early 2000s. During this period, these 3 anime were the forefronts of shonen media. They had the best sales and some of the highest cultural impact in the West. And to those with a keen eye, you may say Dragon Ball shares the exact same traits, still wondering why it can't be in the big three. The glaring issue with Dragon Ball and its quote-unquote big three status is the fact that Dragon Ball started coming out in the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, exactly. It came out. If anything, it could be considered the grandfather of anime because it was the anime that pioneered everything. Like, there's a lot of shows even nowadays that are inspired by Dragon Ball. So it's probably the best impactful and inspiring anime there, but it's not Big Three. Especially Big Three. It's really just 90s. This shit was out in the 80s.
If you want me to spell it out for you, that means Dragon Ball became prominent way before the entire Big Three were even conceptualized. Dragon Ball is more like a father to the Big Three, with each of the creators taking some sort of influence and inspiration from it. I don't know why people want to always discount Bleach and its impact on shonen. A lot of the new gen we see were inspired by Bleach. I've already talked about this before, so I'm not going to repeat myself too much. Just look at some of the new gen anime, which honestly aren't so new anymore, and think about how a lot of these concepts were popularized with Bleach.
I
Next
mean,
thing.
about this.
And oh, what do we have here? A list ranking the top 5 smartest anime characters? That sounds neat. And Bulma's on the cover, so surely she's on the list. She's on the list, right?
That's
Dear goodness,
crazy
we're
shit.
starting off with Dr. Vegapunk at 5. The smartest man in One Piece is at 5. The man who created the Pacifista, expanded understanding of devil fruits, and lives on an island centuries ahead of the rest of the world is at 5. The man whose brain was too big to be contained in his own head is the 5th smartest anime character. You know what? Let me not lambast this list just yet. There are a lot of anime out there, so there could very well be plenty of characters smarter than Vegapunk. Granted, I
Sure.
highly doubt you can name 4 smarter, but it's certainly not impossible. It's not like they're gonna put some
Yeah,
high school
yeah,
students on the list who
yeah,
aren't
yeah.
even that smart. We need to stop overrating these
All right, man. It's time for me to clock out. Nah, but like, let's be for real. Light is smart, but not Dr. Vegapunk smart. Dr. Vegapunk actually builds shit. He actually builds shit. I could see Kiyotaka is too high. Top 5 is crazy. I don't know if I can even see Light on 5. I don't know. I gotta see like a good list, but I understand what he's saying. But Light is more of a battle IQ. Like he can like he's very smart to the extent he could like under pressure he's super smart. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I said like, it's kind of like a battle IQ thing going on. He's very smart. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and act like he's not smart. Same thing with Kiyotaka. He's extremely smart, but he's more manipulative. Light is more like also the same thing, manipulative, and he's just overall just smart. Bro, nah. What? Vegapunk actually built a whole island.
types of characters. These manipulators aren't really that smart. They're just good liars, especially
Yeah, good ass lie. Well, uh, general smart. Yeah,
this
general
bomb. I
smart.
did have a video talking about how overrated this guy
Yeah, overrated is crazy for like. Like, if he didn't kill that dude, he killed him because of pride though. Like if he didn't kill L, like the the fake L, or all that. If he didn't kill the fake L, then yeah. But I don't
as
know.
intelligence is, but it unfortunately got taken down. To sum it up, a lot of the intelligence Light showed was just him playing a game where only he knew the rules. Moreover, he had like 3 other forces
Yeah, yeah. I was just about to say, Light is not smarter than L, specifically for the fact that L didn't have a clue that it was supernatural power per se. You know what I'm saying? So
helping
like
him out along the way.
he was literally going up against somebody with a superpower. And and it was impossible for him to win because Light was able to use another Shinigami to kill him. So it's like, yeah, bro, like he was going to lose.
And why would you put Light here instead of L? He was the one actually
Yeah, L was actually smart. I don't know why people think that Light is smarter than L, but he's not. You have to say like if you put yourself in L's shoes, L L was getting everything on the money every time. Let me see, he was on the whole time since he knew it was him, bro. He didn't have evidence. He didn't have any evidence to prove it.
making crazy moves with limited knowledge of what he was up against. He should definitely be the Death Note representative of this list. It's a similar story with Ayano Koji. He may be a genius when it comes to strategy and manipulation, but he's definitely not smarter than Dr.
He's not smart, Dr. Vegapunk. I would say he's smart, but he's not smart. He's not smarter than Dr. Vegapunk.
Vegapunk. I don't know why people think these high school students who are good liars are automatically some of the smartest anime characters ever. Half of the things this archetype of character does is something a lot of teenagers would
Manipulation isn't everything when it comes to IQ. It isn't everything when it comes to IQ. Let's be completely honest with
do as well if they thought hard enough about it. Also, wouldn't Aizen be a
you. If Dr. Stone isn't on this list, that's crazy. Oh yeah. Why isn't she be on this motherfucker? If Ice is not on this whole, that's crazy as shit. He's the best manipulator out of those 3.
better option than both of these characters? He was manipulating an entire society
For years.
Number
For
2 on the
years.
list is
Literally for
Shikamaru, which
years.
is quite concerning. This means that
Yeah. Battle IQ. Yes. Battle IQ, he has it. We're talking smartest, like all around. Shikamaru should be on this fucking list. Let's be for real. I understand what he's saying, but that's battle IQ. That's not smart. That's not smart. You feel what I'm saying? That's not technically smart.
either
You know?
Bulma or Senku aren't on this list, both of which are definitely supposed to be here. Shikamaru is
Yeah,
smart
Senku and Bulma. Yeah, exactly. Senku got to be on this list because he literally made civilization from the ground up. The whole civilization was restarted, and he built it back up to where it used to be.
and has the best battle IQ
Senku
here,
is-
but I don't think that puts him
Senku's that
above a
nigga,
character
bro.
like Dr. Vegapunk, Bulma, or Senku. And number 1 on the list is Senku, which is fairly reasonable. It's kind
Reasonable, but not.
of a layup at this point, but that doesn't change the fact that this list is garbage. Bulma not being on the list while
Yeah,
also
Bulma
having
not being on the list
freaking
is
Mickey
crazy.
Mouse high school geniuses above her invalidates the entire thing. Bulma invented functioning time travel, built
Yeah,
a
she
spaceship,
time
and created
travel.
the Dragon Ball radar. The way her intelligence gets downplayed sometimes is insane. Like, do you really think in your heart of hearts that Light Yagami is smarter than Bulma? Be serious. There are some other characters I can mention, but I think we already get the fact that this list
Yeah.
was mostly awful and was likely created on some magic leaves, if you catch my drift. And before I move on to the next take, if you're enjoying the video so far and you're new, you might as well subscribe.
GFL 2 is a game that combines
Oh,
the
yeah.
strategic complexity of turn-based squad combat with rich character progression.
For this next take, it's time
Oh yeah, you might as well subscribe to me. Subscribe, hit that like button. No,
for the obligatory
Appreciate it, you know?
TikTok live segment where we see what dumb topic was being debated for like an hour. And, oh my gosh, Invincible versus Hour.
Yeah, I
For
could
the
see that.
obligatory TikTok so far and you're new, you might as well subscribe. For this next take, it's time for the obligatory TikTok live segment where we see what dumb topic was being debated for like an hour. And,
Wait.
see what dumb topic was being
Hold on.
debated for like an hour. And,
Nigga, is that Luigi? Okay. Is that Shadow?
oh my gosh, Invincible versus Dragon Ball characters again? Yeah, I'm good, bro. I actually care about my brain cells. These TikTok lives need to do better, bro. Those versus debates just aren't cutting it anymore. I'm sorry. Next take.
Trained to master it at his Hero Academia.
All Might never had to train that way, by the way, folks. This is what he looked like before he got One for All. This is what he looked like before he had.
This nigga must have not watched the fucking show. He must have. Caleb City, bro. You must have not watched the show. This nigga, All Might, literally he was strong as fuck. He was actually strong as hell. Like if you watched My Hero, he actually had a built body before he had One for All. The only reason he became that weak was because of his injury. It had nothing. He didn't look like that pre-one. He didn't look like that pre-One for All, and he was a lot younger.
One for All, right here. He was using it pretty much 100%, and I don't like Deku.
No, Caleb, no. It's really
Caleb, bro, you just didn't watch the show. You didn't watch the show, man. I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt by saying that you didn't watch the show completely. You didn't finish it because he did not look like that before he had 1v1. One for All. When he had One for All, wait, One for All, yeah, One for All. I'll even bring up a picture just for you guys to see. This is what he looked. This is what he looked like. This is what he looked like pre One for All. He looked nothing like that, Caleb.
rough seeing Caleb City talking straight nonsense, but a bad take is a bad take. First off, All Might didn't even look like this when he got One for All. He looked completely normal. He just looks like this because All for One almost killed him. The injury was so bad that the guy ended up looking like Itachi with how much he was coughing up blood. Secondly, Gran Torino gave All Might PTSD while he was training, and that's not a joke. All Might gets chills when he thinks back to Gran Torino and the punishment he endured. He was going through all of this just to be able to control One for All. Now, All Might being able to use 100% does separate himself from Deku. However, we all know that One for All has numerous different quirks in it, while also increasing with strength over time. The One for All that Deku has is way stronger than All Might's. Deku's gotta control like 6 other quirks in the raw power that One for All gives. That's obviously going to be much.
You also have to consider that each One for All user that comes next, they add power to it. So before Deku had it, before All Might had it, it wasn't as strong. But for how many years All Might's been using it, it got stronger and stronger. You know, on 24/7, so it's obviously stronger. That's why Deku couldn't use 100% from the start. Or that's why he couldn't use more than what was it, like 5-10% at most. He couldn't use it that much. So obviously he wasn't able to do all as much of stuff as All Might. So every time a new user uses it, it gets stronger until it gets passed on to the next user. You know what I'm saying? So like it's stronger every new user.
Harder than what All Might had to train for. Those first 2 or 3 seasons really did a number on Deku's PR for no reason. He gets so much hate for things that are out of his control within the plot. People out here yapping about things that are just straight up fabricated just to hate on this man. Also, why is it even a bad thing that Deku has to train more? What, do we want Deku to literally be handed his powers just to be Mega All Might for the rest of the series?
Exactly. I wouldn't want that. Y'all hate Boruto because he's giving everything. Why would you not want to see training from Midoriya? Boruto is hated because Boruto is given everything without training or working hard to get it, like Naruto did. That's the reason why people hate Boruto. My hero wouldn't be as good if this dude Deku was the second coming of All Might. He was strongest hero as soon as he got the power.
Yeah, that's a good plot. Kid begs a hero enough and becomes the strongest hero ever. What? Deku
Come on,
Loki
man.
has the top 3 worst PR team in anime, but that's a topic for another day. Next day.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. First, go to Riverside and open an account. When you
Man, those ads are crazy, man. I'm
Ooh,
not gonna
Twitter
say a lie.
It says that Kishimoto needs to start charging mangakas for copying his character $250K every time a new Sasuke clone appears. And it proceeds to show Sasuke and a range of other
Wait. This nigga has Vegeta on his list. This nigga realizes Dragon Ball was out before Naruto, right? This nigga realizes Dragon Ball was out before Naruto. Nigga. Some of these people on this list isn't even a Sasuke duplicate. Oh my god, man. Sasuke was inspired by what's his name? Hold on, let me see.
characters labeled
I'm back. But Sasuke wasn't even original. Sasuke was inspired by Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Yu Yu Hakusho is the reason why there's a Sasuke in the first place. So it wouldn't make sense because Sasuke is based off Hiei. Oh.
as duplicates. You see, this is why Twitter never disappoints me, because you can always count on something stupid being said there. TikTok Live, take some notes. Let's take this post on one by one. How is Vegeta a duplicate of Sasuke if Vegeta came out before Sasuke? Like, that doesn't even take reason.
Nigga, that doesn't. Nigga, that's the most crazy shit I've seen. If this really was on Twitter, Twitter never fails to have that one dumbass nigga. Never fails. You always see. You always see.
Same thing applies to Killua. I don't know if y'all know this, but Hunter x Hunter came out in 1998.
Yeah, I was gonna say Hunter x Hunter came out. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. The series
Was it before Naruto? Like, if it was before Naruto or after, it's not. If it was after, then it's not that far apart.
has been out for a while. It's just that the 2011 version made the series super popular and modern.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Hunter x Hunter is older than Naruto, I think.
Times. Also, what similarities do Killua and Sasuke have to make Killua a duplicate? Their arrival of the main character? Is that the only criteria it takes to be a Sasuke clone? Wouldn't Kurapika make more sense to be the quote-unquote duplicate? I feel like once anyone sees a duplicate,
Yeah, if anything, Kurapika.
protagonist with black hair, they're automatically a Sasuke clone, which makes no sense to me. I don't really see how Yuta could be a Sasuke
Yeah,
clone.
I don't understand Yuta at all. That's the most crazy shit.
Main character, and their personalities aren't similar whatsoever. He's not even a rival to Yuji. He's straight up stronger than Yuji at all points in the series. To further my point, Yuta's gone for like half the series and comes back in one of the later arcs. Uryu isn't really a Sasuke clone either. He's fairly different even if he didn't get the most screen time pre-Thousand Year Blood War. Aki doesn't exactly fit the Sasuke mold either. Yuno is honestly the best fit here, and even then, Yuno has some differences. So what, that's like 0 out of 6 characters this post scored on? You know what? Fairly impressive on this post. Good job. If I'm being generous, I can give the post like 1 out of 6 characters if I give partial credit to Yuno and Aki or Uryu, something like that. By this post logic, every shonen MC is a Goku duplicate because they all get stronger throughout their series and yell a lot. Like, do you see how stupid that is? Alright, it's time for our light.
Bro, he didn't cover the fact that Sasuke. But I was hoping that he covered the fact that Sasuke was literally the creator himself admitted that Sasuke was based off Hiei and his one eye.
Wrong where I look at some of the hot takes you guys posted under the last video. Gonna have to paraphrase this one just a bit. Caleb says, characters like Aizen and Madara aren't as smart as people think they are. If you were making plans and others weren't aware, you would seem smart because there's nothing antagonizing you. For example, Aizen lost the moment someone got wind of what he was doing, and then everything began to gradually crumble. The fake Karakura Town arc was Urahara's plan for him to get sealed. Also, place people like L, Light, Lelouch, and Ayano Koji, and they are literally watching him. I won't lie, you were kinda cooking with the first half of this take.
Yeah. When you put L light, all that, this shit, nah. Well, L pop, nah. But you was cooking with the first part, cause when Aizen's plan got found out, that's when he lost. As soon as his plan got found out, it was he was losing. If his plan never got found out, so that makes sense. That makes sense to an extent, but the Madara one doesn't make sense because even when he found out what he was about to do, he still pulled it off.
Some of these characters do low-key get overrated with their intelligence, especially when the context of the scenario doesn't get mentioned much. However,
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
fair,
true,
you have
true,
to have some decently high intelligence to not seem antagonizing. Well, that applies for Aizen at least. Madara is kind of just doing everything in secret. And although both of these guys did get outsmarted, there is a bit of context to who outsmarted them and how it happened. I don't really know how I feel about the second half of your take. I think there are some conversations to be had with someone like L or Lelouch maybe, but I don't think any of those characters you named would wash Aizen or Madara. The next take from
Washington's
Venom Gaming
crazy.
says, Arlong is a better arc antagonist than Kaido. Kaido was a great antagonist in terms of being an opponent for Luffy, but Arlong had an X factor with Nami's backstory. And this take really isn't that egregious. It feels like a genuine hot take that isn't based off of lies.
I'm not gonna cap. That's true. Like when you take it into context and story, yeah, it gave us the backstory behind Nami. It gave us the backstory behind Nami, and it tied everything into why Nami is so important to why Luffy is so important to Nami, and why she will always stay with the crew because of what he did for her. Like, yeah, I understand. Kaido, Kai, Kaido being an antagonist isn't as impactful as Arlong.
Or agenda. I can low-key agree with it to an extent, as Arlong felt like he represented something more emotional for the Straw Hats to overcome,
Yeah.
versus Kaido feeling like some sort of barrier needing to be crossed to legitimize the crew. But I do wonder, do you feel a similar way with CP9 because of what they were doing with Robin? Because I feel like we can have some similar conversations there as well. And finally, Star Panther heard someone say that if Erwin made it to Attack on Titan Season 4, he'd have supported the Rumbling. Now this take is actually kind of cheeks. We can't say for sure what
Yeah, I was about to say you can't say for sure. There's no for sure way to know if Erwin would have supported what Aaron did. See, I ain't gonna lie. I understand what Aaron did. I can see why people say that Aaron was supportive, but this is no guarantee for real. There's no guarantee. I should freeze. Hold on.
in Season 4, he'd have supported the Rumbling. Now this take is actually kind of cheeks. We can't say for sure what Erwin would have done after he saw everything in the basement and in the outside world. Addressing this take is basically asking myself, do I think Erwin would become a Jaegerist? And no, I can't really see that. When we look at everyone trying to stop the Rumbling, it just feels like Erwin would have fit right into this group. If Erwin did side with Eren, I'd be extremely curious about all the turns his character would take, because I feel like at a certain point it starts to feel contrived and forced. Finally, I'm not sure why the Super Anime Podcast believes this
Okay, that hold on. Before I address that, fuck. Before I address that, uh, I can see why people would say that, but just like he said, we don't know what Erwin would have did after he seen the seller. The Arion was already kind of changing as a person because when he found out about that seller, he really wanted to see it. But there's no way we would know unless there was like, there's no way we would have knew because he didn't see the seller. He didn't see what was in the cellar. Like probably if he seen what was in the cellar, then if he seen what was in the cellar, then we would know. But like he didn't see what was in the cellar, which which is the main reason why people think that he sided with the Aaron. But like, yeah, we don't know how much his personality or what he would have did after he seen what was in the cellar. He didn't know if his father was right. All he wanted to do was prove his father right, but he didn't know what was in the cellar. So there's nothing he could really did. Like, I don't know if he would have supported Aaron, honestly, if he never knew what was in the cellar. It's hard to say. It's hard to say because that's that's one of those questions that literally only the person who made the anime could tell you that. It's
think is that
impossible to
crazy.
tell.
Honestly,
You can have your guesses, but I can see the reason behind it, but I can softly understand it, Looky. But this is crazy shit. I heard someone say Bleach is better than Hunter x Hunter. That is wild. Nigga, Bleach is big three. Stop it.
One may argue that it's pure facts. Anywho, hope you guys enjoyed the video and
That's crazy shit. What the fuck? Hunter Bleach compared to Hunter x Hunter is two completely different shows, gang. Nah, bro. Stop it. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and a like. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.